Hey there, let me paint you a picture of something that might shock you. Did you know that some UK cities see over 70% of their children growing up in poverty? Pretty eye-opening, right? Today, we're diving into the cities that might not be the best pick if you're planning to raise a family in the UK. We'll look at things like crime rates, education quality, air pollution, and cost of living. All the stuff that really matters when you're trying to give your kids the best start in life. Before we jump into the list, let's talk about what makes a city family-friendly. It's not just about having nice parks or good schools, though those are dead important. We're looking at things like healthcare access and quality green spaces and outdoor activities, public transport reliability, community safety, family-friendly amenities, job opportunities for parents, housing affordability and quality air and noise pollution levels, access to childcare, cultural and recreational facilities. Bradford. The city struggles with education, with some of the lowest GCSE results in England. There's also a bit of an air quality issue in the city centre, which isn't great for little ones with asthma. That said, house prices are more affordable than many other cities. The NHS waiting times here are longer than the national average, and many GP surgeries are overwhelmed. The city's also dealing with a bit of a brain drain as younger people head off to Leeds or Manchester for better opportunities. Blackpool. Once a beloved holiday destination, Blackpool now faces some tough challenges. It has one of the highest rates of benefit claimants in the country, and the seasonal nature of work makes it hard for families to find stable employment. The schools here have been struggling too, with quite a few rated as requires improvement by Ofsted. Mental health services are particularly stretched, and the town has one of the highest rates of depression in England. The housing stock is often poor quality, with many properties failing to meet basic standards. Middlesbrough. The unemployment rate here is consistently above the national average, which makes it tough for families. The town also faces challenges with crime rates, particularly in certain neighbourhoods. On the plus side, there are some decent parks, and the North York moors are right on your doorstep. The town's been hit hard by cuts to youth services, and antisocial behaviour is a growing concern. Public transport links to surrounding areas could be better, which limits job opportunities for those without cars. Birmingham. Now, this might surprise some people since Brum is a major city with lots going for it, but it's got some serious air pollution problems, among the worst in the UK. The cost of living is rising faster than wages, and some areas have pretty high crime rates. School places can be really competitive too. Traffic congestion is a nightmare, affecting both air quality and commute times for working parents. The city's rapid development has led to a shortage of affordable family homes, pushing many to the outskirts. Nottingham. While it's got that whole Robin Hood charm, Nottingham has one of the lowest employment rates among UK cities. The crime rate is higher than the national average, particularly for burglary. Housing costs are climbing, making it increasingly difficult for families to get on the property ladder. The city's also struggling with a shortage of secondary school places, and some areas have limited access to NHS dentists. The tram system's brilliant, but public transport to some suburban areas is patchy. Manchester's booming for young professionals, but families face some tough challenges. The cost of living is shooting up faster than most other northern cities, but wages aren't keeping pace. Air pollution is a serious issue, and some inner-city schools are struggling with overcrowding. The rental market is particularly tough for families, with many landlords preferring professional tenants. The city's rapid growth has led to increased pressure on public services, and some areas lack proper community facilities. Hull. Hull's been trying to turn things around since its City of Culture status, but it's still dealing with some major issues. It's got one of the highest unemployment rates in England, and educational outcomes are below the national average. The city also struggles with higher than average crime rates. Flood risk is a growing concern, affecting insurance costs and property values. Digital connectivity lags behind other cities, which can affect both education and work-from-home opportunities. The city's somewhat isolated location can limit job opportunities too. London. Bit of a surprise topper? Maybe not if you've tried raising a family there. The cost of living is absolutely mental. Average house prices are way beyond what most families can afford. School competition is fierce, air pollution is a serious issue, and despite higher wages, many families find themselves struggling to make ends meet. The gap between rich and poor is massive, and childcare costs can be more than your mortgage. The commute times are brutal. Many parents spend over 2 hours a day traveling to work. Green spaces are under pressure from development, and many families end up living in cramped conditions. The stress of London life can take a toll on family relationships, and support networks often feel fragmented as people move around so much. But here's the thing, it's not all doom and gloom. These cities are working to address their challenges. Many have regeneration projects underway. There's increasing investment in education and youth services. Community initiatives are helping to build stronger neighborhoods. Environmental improvements are being made. Transport links are being upgraded in several areas. Remember though, every city has its good bits and bad bits. These places all have their own charm, and plenty of people successfully raise happy families there. It's just that they face more challenges than some other UK cities. If you're thinking about moving, here's what you might want to consider. Visit at different times of day and year. Check out local Facebook groups and community forums. Look at Ofsted reports for nearby schools. Research crime statistics for specific neighbourhoods. Check out local amenities and transport links. Look into council tax rates and other local costs. Consider commute times to likely workplaces. Research local healthcare facilities. Look into local childcare options and costs. What's been your experience with any of these cities? I'd be interested to hear if you think they deserve their spot on the list. And here's a quick tip. If you're looking for more family-friendly alternatives, cities like York, Edinburgh, Bristol and Cambridge consistently rank well for families, though they each come with their own challenges, particularly around affordability. Remember, what makes a city worst for families often comes down to personal circumstances and priorities. Some families might thrive in places others find challenging, depending on their support networks, work situations and specific needs.